Shearwater Perdix. That's a dive computer made by, of course, Shearwater. It comes in a very sturdy case. As you can see, you can drop it with no issues. The case is a great zipper to it, and inside we can find okay, we're gonna just jump on the instruction manuals and stuff. We find in the upper lid the quality checklist, so somebody signed for checking this this dive computer. We find some kind of a tab or coin. This is for unscrewing the battery compartment, and also product information, 2 stickers, a carabiner for fixing your dive computer case to your luggage or equipment, a pair of O-rings also for the battery compartment, and a Bluetooth adapter for your laptop or PC. You can also download the Android app. You have a QR code here, so you can use your dive computer with your Android or iOS app. And of course, the dive computer, it comes with 2 elastic straps with buckles or with a silicone rubber fixture. I prefer this elastic ones. I tested in a dive. Few things that I love of this dive computer and why I choose the Shearwater Perdix and not the Scubapro G2. These were my 2 options. The Shearwater Perdix has this battery compartment right here, which uses a AA battery, alkaline AA battery. You can find it anywhere. You can have 1 or 2 spare batteries on yourself to change them any months. The battery compartment screw has also 2 O-rings, the blue ones. Then you can find a spare pair of O-rings in your case. It comes with an Energizer battery, so we put it back. So the first aspect why I choose the Shearwater Perdix was that this one has the replaceable battery. The Scubapro G2 has an internal battery which you can recharge for a number of times, but you cannot replace. It's not user replaceable. The Shearwater Perdix has only 2 buttons, which are huge and easily accessible. The Scubapro G2 has 3 buttons above where you can switch it and has them below. The menu is pretty simple. It detects the battery when you screw it on. It has a clock and date. It has a compass inside, which is really precise, and you don't need to use an analog compass to force you to keep your hand horizontally, perfectly horizontally, or plus minus 10-15 degrees. This compass on the Shearwater works even upside down or with 90 degrees tilting. It also has, more than the Scubapro G2, it has a light sensor, so it will measure the light and it will brighten up once you go deeper and the lighting goes darker. You can customize the information on the display, like you have the top line, the middle line, the low line. So on the top line you see the depth. Now it's 0.0 because we're on surface. You have the safety stop. It's blue. It can come in yellow or red, and tells you how many minutes you need to wait for a safety stop. The non-decompression limit. It will also compute your limit for diving. The air mixture, and this one, the Scubapro, the Shearwater Perdix let you configure 5 gas mixes. Now it's on air. It's the maximum depth and the average depth of your last dive. the temperature and the time. I use it in a dive. It's so simple to use. It's more than just user friendly. Once you push the right button, the compass comes on the display. You can choose the angle of the compass. It can show you 45, 90 or 120 degrees. Also, again, if you push on the left button, it will show you the modes, maximum depth and PPO2 level. Okay, the temperature, the conservation, which I set to medium, it's 40 with 85, and the CNS, central nervous system. Okay. You can also, a great issue, a great thing about the compass is that you can mark one of the spots, like you see it in green, and it will show you an arrow to the left or to the right and how many degrees you will have until you are marked. So if you going to the surface or just mark it since you go diving, like I want to go to a wreck and I see some signs of it, or I know the position, I can mark it. Go underwater, start to swim towards the mark, and then just add 180 degrees and turn back to the shore or to the ship. This is really nice. It's like at an analog compass. You can put these marks on it. Pretty simple to use, pretty simple to configure. Daytime, it has a huge locking capacity. It has an app. You can connect it with your Android phone and download your graphs. I'll open my Shearwater app. You just create an account, log in, connect to your dive computer by Bluetooth or to the laptop, and you can see these are my dives from my last session. We'll just pick one of them. Okay, you see the graph, the divings. You can export them or do whatever you like with them. You'll have the depth in meters, the time of each depth you touched, the date. You can write there the location, the site, the body, the temperature of the environment, how was the weather, you dive from the beach shore or from a boat, or you dive in salt water, sweet water. Also you can configure the salt content of the water you dive here in the computer, the condition, the air temperature, the visibility. So that's your only log you will need. You can add your tanks, 2 tanks, your start pressure, end pressure, and he will compute the SAC. Gear notes, gas notes, tank size, weights, gear, again, problems if you had. That's really great. A lot of datas. That's a really great tool. I love it. So only 2 buttons. The Scubapro G2 has 3 buttons. This one has the light sensor, so you'll go darker, it will brighten up. It has a user replaceable battery, and the Scubapro G2 doesn't have that. It has a rechargeable battery, and you can connect it by Bluetooth with your phone or with your laptop or PC. And the Scubapro G2 has a contact with a cable, with the USB, so you can lose that one, or the contacts might oxidize and you can have a lot of issues. So I recommend this. That was my choice above the Scubapro G2. That's a really great piece of equipment. If you can buy it from the beginning, it's gonna serve you for years and years. It's really great. Well, there are firmwares that you can update on it. That's a wonderful tool. So you can connect it with your phone. It will connect to the internet and update the firmwares, and everything will be just fine. It has the decompression tables, the most recent ones. You can also you can also choose the conservation type of tables you would like to use. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.